I am starting a new journal page, and I've already done the prep work for it. I laid down some black gesso. I just had this Liquitex black colored gesso, so I covered the entire thing, including the inclusion. And I am gonna do some more napkin collage. I picked up a couple new patterned napkins today, so I really wanted to use them. One of them was this print right here. Very cool. Has like a little postcard behind the Eiffel Tower. Actually, a couple of postcards. Love it. So anyway, I wanted to use it, and I grabbed just another pattern that I had. So I'm just, I'm gonna lay this out somehow. I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna have this go down like that, and maybe have that on top since it's got the print here. Maybe go off the page a little bit there. I'll just trim off. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side here. Maybe have that go off a little bit. And then I also have some of the Parisian themed Seven Gypsies tissue paper as well. This is their Parisian theme. I've cut out a few little bitty pieces of that to go on to this inclusion, and I'll just use the excess on the page somewhere. It's going to wind up getting covered up anyway with the next thing I'm going to do to this page. But so right now, this is what I am doing. Let me think about this for a minute. Okay, so I'm just using the Collage Page, Tracy Bautista's product, and I'm gonna slather that on real good. Maybe have it go off the page just a little bit. Now, this is where you have to be super duper careful, because I don't care if there's a little bit of wrinkling in here, but I don't want to tear it. I have a tendency to tear my napkins when I'm doing collage, because I'm trying to work out the air bubbles as well. So I am going to be a little thoughtful in this time around. And I've been doing this napkin collage on white gessoed background. So this time around I decided to do it on or not even gessoed at all. Come to think of it, I don't really think I even gesso my pages. I think I just do this and then gesso over it, but this time around I wanted to try it on the black. So I haven't worked with black gesso in quite some time, so I felt a need to do so. It's where my arting took me today. And then I'm just going to have this kind of go off. You know, I may have this go into the next page. Actually, I am going to do that. So I'm just going to kind of fold it over there a little bit. And I'm working with a new technique after this dries, and I'm not sure how much more collage I'm going to do on this page, but I'm working with a new technique after this, so. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and do this inclusion here. It's just that Seven Gypsies tissue paper. If I thought about it, I should have done a longer piece and brought, well, you know what? I'll bring this piece over here. I had a little cutoff piece. I'll just bring it on over. I like anything Parisian themed. I don't know why. I've never been. I want to go. When I was in London over Thanksgiving, I was saying the next time the company, if the company sends me over there again, I want to try to take some time to spend at least a couple of days over there if I can. Because it's not very far a train ride from where I stay. And then I'm going to put some more of that tissue here. I probably should have let that dry. Of course, in my impatience, I didn't give myself the time to do that. Okay. It was just some more of that Seven Gypsies tissue paper that I'm sticking back here, and I need a binder clip, really. Here we go. Just kind of do. Well, I'll figure it out in a minute. Hello. How am I going to do this where it doesn't touch? Oh, good enough. We'll see if that works. Now it's probably going to dry where it's all... Okay. Now... Nope. Let's do it this way. Again, just being real careful, not exerting too much pressure here. Normally I don't care if it tears, but I kind of want to keep the pattern intact this time around. Okay. Get this bottom one on. Let's tilt it this way. Kind of coming off the page. Alright, so I am going to let this dry. And then I'm going to think about, I don't know if I'm going to add any more collage on here or not. I'll be thinking about that while it's drying. And I'll be back. Well, that did not lighten up like I thought it was going to. Kind of dark. But that's okay. I had to find out, so. Alright, I am going to take some cheesecloth and cut a strip of this out. Maybe. Okay. There we go. And I am going to move this. Keep rubbing up against it. It's driving me crazy. Okay. And here we go. I am wanting to kind of get this really, I'm going to cut this again. I'll just use these scissors. I'm gonna wind this around on the page. I'm gonna cut this like in 3 spots here, because we work in 3s. Okay, oh, and I'm gonna need a little piece for this too. And I'm just gonna start making this really stringy. And finding a home for it here. I wanted to tear. Okay, I'm gonna cut. God dog, I gotta keep grabbing the. Use these scissors. I'm gonna tear off a little piece so that I can have some for this inclusion. Maybe I'll put that on the back side, and you know. I'm just kind of getting it all stringy right now. This is just going to add some more texture to my page. And I have some leftover soft gloss gel that I'm going to use to adhere this down. I gotta find a brush. I'm just gonna get a little cheapy brush. Okay, back to this. Like I said, just getting it pretty stringy looking. I think I'm gonna carry on over to the page here. Go from one page to the next. And maybe I'll do that here instead. I just don't know. Alright, I don't know about the inclusion right now. Throw that to the side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take some of this soft gel. That was a little too clumpy. Take some of this soft gel and just start getting this stuck down. Like I said, all I'm doing is just putting texture on it. I hope I have enough soft gel to finish this up. Alright, so it doesn't look like much now, but like I said, it's just putting texture on, and then when I get my color on for the next technique I'm going to do, it'll start coming together. At least I hope it will. Okay, now I can put this on here. Phooey. Well, I want it to be kind of organic, but in a way I'm also wanting to kind of manipulate where it's going. So, trying to work organically, but it's coming out a little bit more methodical. So, alright. Make sure I get all these strings glued down, because I don't want anything popping up like that. Okay, so I'm gonna finish going around my page with this, and then I'll be back after it dries. Okay, so I am going to color this is dried now, and I'm gonna color the strands here in the golden quinacridone nickel azo gold, and I am gonna wet my brush a little bit, but then I'm gonna kind of tamp it off a little bit, and I'm not even gonna use a palette. I'm just gonna apply directly on my brush. I hate waste. And I just want to get that white covered up with the color. Do my inclusion. Okay, I am going to wait for this to dry, and come back to do this new technique. I have to wait for my iron, my craft iron, to heat up anyway. This takes about 10 minutes. So while this is drying and that's heating up, I'll be back. Okay, so the next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to do kind of a faux encaustic by using some wax crayons with this. So with this craft iron. So this should be interesting. Never done it before, so alright. So I have this set on a high setting. I'm going to start there, and I'll turn it down if it looks like it needs to be brought down a little bit. And I'm going to take a paper towel just to have this for cleaning off as I go. And the wax crayons that I'm using a couple here because I have this set of Stockmar beeswax crayons, and I just got these specifically for this technique. So they're you know, not iridescent or metallic or anything, just a flat color. So I'm going to use this in combination with the Neocolor 1 wax pastels. Now these are the metallic look, so that's the reason why I'm using a combination of the two. Now these are not to be, the Neocolor 1s are not to be confused with these Neocolor 2s, because these are the Neocolor 2s are the water soluble color wax pastels. And these are not water soluble, they're water resistant. So yeah, this should be interesting. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to try this. Alright, so here we go. What I'm going to do is, and I'm right-handed, so I am just going to hold on to this with my right hand and apply the color with my left. And I think I'm going to start with kind of a, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to start off with, maybe I want to mix some colors too. So I'm just going to draw right on here. Whoops, it already fell. And I think I'm going to use this orange. Yeah, that may be too high. I think I'm probably going to have to turn this down. Yeah, I think that's a little too hot. You don't want to touch this metal part at all with your bare fingers, because you will burn yourself. Even though it's a craft iron, it's got a lot of heat on it. So, all right. Let's go back to this now. I think I like those two colors on here. It kind of brightens up the page a little bit. So I'm going to continue using these colors. And I did, what prompted me to buy this craft iron was the Michaels had this adapter on sale for like $1.99, and it's much bigger than the tip that comes standard with this, and I'll pull it out so you can see. But like, here's the standard tip right here that comes with this Clover iron, and so like I said, Michaels had that on sale from I think it was, I don't remember what it was, but it was down to $1.99, so that was a really good deal. And I'd been wanting to experiment with this faux encaustic, so yeah, I decided to get this and then just go ahead and get the iron from Amazon.com, because I think they had the best price for it. I think this iron was $20, and I have the Prime membership, so I don't have to pay for shipping, and I have it in 2 days, so. So that's already like gotten kind of hard, and I'm just going to kind of do this you know, all over my page here. Just to add, again, just to add that extra texture and color. Like, I don't like, that's the cool thing, you can go back in if you don't like the look of something and remelt it and move it around. Like, I want it to be kind of melty looking, not so much splattery looking. Just mixing it up. Just kind of going randomly around the page here. I guess I could do both of these together. There we go. And after I get this down, I'll throw in some more of the metallics from that Caran d'Ache. And I don't want to forget about my inclusion over here. Ooh, I like the way that just happened. Whoa, I almost touched it. Okay, let me see. Let me come over here. I'm going to put a tag over here, so I don't think I'm going to do too much on this. Maybe some of the metallic. Alright, so let me get into that. What color do I want to use? Let me see. Like a contrasting color maybe. Try this blue. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that a pretty color? So pretty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. I'll go back over with another metallic color here. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do over the top of this once I'm done. So, yeah, I have yet to figure that part out. Let me see. Let me go with like this little rust color. What is this? What color is this? Oh no, actually this is scarlet. This is a scarlet color. Oh, covered up too much of that other color there. I've got so much texture on here that the iron's not really sitting very flat. So really just the raised areas are picking up this color. Oh wow, down to the wood there. I mean the paper. Okay, let me clean this off for a minute. And set that down for a second, because I've got to get the paper torn on this crayon. Oops. So all I'm doing is just tearing this crayon down because it's melted down to the paper now. So I do want to get just a little bit more of that color on here. And then I think I'm going to be done. Maybe a little bit more up top. And down here on the side. Okay. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. It's very abstract. It's very abstract looking. So I think I kind of like this technique. And I'll probably be using that a lot. For the next few weeks anyway, until I get bored with this and my art ADD. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off and try to figure out now how I'm going to proceed. What's the next step? So I will be back. I just love how textural this is. And I love how abstract it is. I don't know why. I think this is just so far removed from what I do, and yeah. I just really like this a lot. And you can still see, you know, some of the, you know, collage back there with the Eiffel Tower and some of the print. So I really, really do like this. Okay, enough about that. So what I have now, I have some cotton muslin and I printed to my transfer artist paper, Lesley Riley's TAP paper. I did print a couple of images out, and I think I'm going to go with this one here on the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron this down to the cotton muslin, and then I think I'm going to gel the cotton muslin in. I haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to do that yet, but I am going to take this image, iron it onto this cotton muslin, and cut that out and get it ready to adhere somehow on my page. This is truly a mixed media art journal page, that is for sure, with all the stuff I've got going on here. So I'll be back as soon as I've done that. Okay, so here is that piece cut out from that muslin that I ironed on. And I wanted to use muslin because I wanted something kind of sheer to go on here, because, you know, I didn't want to do all this, you know, layering a technique back here and then just cover it up with something else. So I am thinking I'm going to put it right here because I'm not too crazy about this spot right here. So I think I'm going to put that right there. I also have a tag that came on this like dress form mannequin pincushion that I bought, and I really like the tag that came on it. And which, here, let me show you. Here's that pincushion dress form mannequin. I got that at Marshall's. Very cool. I'm keeping like stick pins in it. So that's sitting up here on my desk. But anyway, I really liked this tag that came with it, so I decided to use this as my date stamp. So I kind of distressed it a little bit, put some masking tape down so you could actually see the date, and I'm thinking I'm going to put it kind of staggered a little bit up where it's coming off the inclusion, and I'll put that there. And then I have a title out here to the side as well. I found a Leonardo da Vinci quote, and so I'm thinking about just putting that over here somewhere. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my soft gel gloss out, and that's what I'm going to use to adhere this muslin. So I have a little bit of that left from when I was putting those fibers down, so let's just see if I got enough here. It's really soaking into that muslin. So I'm gonna have to open up another one. Let me see, what have I got here? Here we go. I've got actually oh, here's a regular gel. Another sample size from Golden. Let me just use that. Try to use up these small sample bottles of these mediums. I've got like full-size bottles now, so I could really use the room by that these little bottles are taken up. So I don't know why I'm rambling. I'm rambling again. Ah! Okay, whoops. Don't want her over that far. Okay, just make sure she doesn't go anywhere. You know what I probably should have done? I probably should have inked around the edges of that thing. For some reason, I thought when I put this gel on it, I thought that muslin was going to blend into the background more than what it's doing. So I'm kind of surprised by that. Yeah, that didn't blend in as well as I thought it was going to. So I'm probably going to have to go in with some inks just to go around that so that that hard edge disappears. So I'm going to use up the rest of this gel to put my, well, I'll use it to put the tag down as well. And yeah, I got water soluble on it. Okay, actually, I'm going to need to let this dry because to lay out my title, I'm going to have to fold that over. Well, maybe not. Okay. Alright. Well, I can't use that. It's got the blue ink on it. I gotta find another brush. Okay. I haven't even thought about how I'm gonna lay this out. And all I did was print this out from thinkexist.com, and I inked around the edges with the Tim Holtz Distress Paint in Vintage Photo. Wow, that's not sticking very good. I may need to rethink this. God dog it, I'm making a mess. Making a mess. Okay. I will come back after I have adhered this down. I'm obviously going to have to use something else. I'm not liking the way I can work with this and it will eventually get down, but I don't want to work that hard, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to use the Helmar 450 to glue it down. I'll be back. Well, I started trying to do something when I wasn't recording, and of course I don't like it. I thought I would just take Peacock Feathers Distress Ink and use my sponge applicator to go around the edges. I don't like the way that's looking either, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to take some of the Liquitex modeling paste, and I don't know how much of this I'm going to need. Yeah, I don't know how much of this I'm going to need, as usual. Either overdo it or underdo it. Alright. Man. I am having a problem here. So my mind is jumping ahead of what I'm trying to do. I'm 2 steps ahead of what I'm currently doing, and it's messing me up. Okay, and then I'm going to take this Liquitex Iridescent Rich Bronze Liquitex ink, and I'm going to use that to color this. I don't know why I'm using this color. I don't really have any bronze in here, but I do have the Vintage Photo, so I thought, let me just try this. So I just squirted a couple daubers of that into this modeling paste here. I'm going to stir it around until I get the color I want. Because that's not looking, that looks like mud right now. So I am going to put some more in there. Hope that that color comes out a little bit more. Maybe there's just something in this. Yeah, it still looks like mud. Maybe there's something in the modeling paste that just... I don't like that at all. Look at that. Yeah, that color did not turn out the way I really wanted it to. Yeah, it looks like crap. It looks like poo. Okay, so shoot. Now I don't know what to do. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Crud. Okay, I've got to think about this now. I'll be back. Okay, I had the golden heavy body acrylic in the iridescent copper light fine, and so I put that in with this, and that turned out a heck of a lot better. So I just put another little squeeze in there just to richen the color up. Richen? Is that a word? Richen! Man, oh man. My hillbilly roots are definitely showing through on this video, that's for sure. Okay, so yeah, that looks a lot better, so I'm gonna go with that. And I'm just gonna be I just want to build some more texture around this to go with all the other texture that I got going on. Oh no, got going on over here. Sheesh, talk much, Kim. Sheesh. Okay. And I'm just framing this out, trying to get, like I said, get the edges of the harsh edges of this cotton muslin. Oh, that's covering too much of my Eiffel Tower. Man, I hate it when a plan doesn't come together like you thought it was going to. I think the thing is that if we leave things alone to begin with, it probably would work out better. I'm all constantly thinking something doesn't look as good, so I'm always trying to fix it. And in that process, I usually wind up making it look worse. And I should have just left it alone to begin with. And I have a feeling that's what's happening with this here. Probably should have just left it alone. Okay, I'm getting into that hat she's got on up there, and I really don't want to interfere with that. It's coming way too close to her head. Okay, sheesh. Not exactly where I wanted to go with this, but I guess just to bring some of that up in here. Whoa. Just to have some of that color, I'll go down the edges here. Not to mention I have a ton of this. Oh, I'm getting this all over my book because I took my plastic off. I thought I was done with all the messy part. I was wrong. God dog. Ugh. yeah, I don't think I'm going to go over this too much because, like up here, I'm going to get into the fibers, and I really, you know, I don't really want to do that. I think I'm going to be kind of messy. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be kind of messy about it up here. Now I've got to find another project to put all this excess on because I got a lot of that left, so. Oh, I guess I could put some here on my inclusion. Y'all get to listen to me groan and moan here as I'm working because I'm like going through the process here and I ain't happy with it. Okay. Oh, I forgot to show you the quote that I got on here too. I'm going to try to do it without making a mess, but like I said, this was from thinkexist.com. It says, where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. I love that quote from Da Vinci. But anyway, I think this is going to be it. Like I said, mainly did this for that, you know, new technique. I love all the texture that's on it. I love how abstract it looked. I just felt the need for putting an image in. I don't know why, but I probably could have gotten away with just leaving it as is. But anyway, so yeah, this is the finished project, and thanks for watching, you guys.